So Shukadeva Goswami is telling the story to Parikshit Maharaj. And Shuta Goswami is listening. And then Shuta Goswami repeats the stories to the sages in Naimisharanya. Here, the next one is, I offer my respectful obeisance unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is pure transcendence. He is the origin of all life, bodily strength, mental power, and sensory ability. Known as Matsyavatar, the gigantic fish incarnation, he appears first among all the incarnations. Again, I offer my obeisances unto him. Srimad Avatar Ki Jai. Sri Jayadeva Goswami sings, Pralaya Payodi Jale Nitavan Nasivedam Vitavaita Charitam Nakedam Keshavadrita Mina Sharira Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Soon after the cosmic creation, the entire universe was inundated with water. At that time, Lord Krishna, Keshava, incarnated as a gigantic fish to protect the Vedas. Therefore, Manu addresses Lord Matsya as Mukhyatama, the first incarnation to appear. Fish are generally considered a mixture of the mode of ignorance and passion, but we must understand that every incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is completely transcendental. There's never any deterioration of the Supreme Lord's original transcendental quality. Therefore, the word Shatvaya is used here, meaning pure goodness on the transcendental platform. There are many incarnations of the Supreme Lord: Varaha, Murti, the boar form; Kurma, the tortoise form; Ayagriva, the half man, half horse, and so on. Yet, we should never think any of these material. They are always situated on the platform of Shuddha Sattva, pure transcendence. Om Madhyanativinandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshunmilitam Jene Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manubhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavati Paskatya Disatani Srimad Vyavatar Ki Jai. Material evolution has a spiritual origin. That jump from purely spiritual to material, it is a great subject of confusion. Actually, by those who have the vision of the scriptures, they can understand that the material is not really a contradiction to the spiritual. It is just an expansion to fulfill a certain purpose. Yesterday I was listening to a class by some rationalists, and they said when Bhagavad Gita compares the size of the soul to be 1/10,000th part of the tip of the hair, then the speaker was saying there's a contradiction. How can the soul, being spiritual, be compared in size to any type of size? You know, we are today working in nanometers and things like that. So really, the chip technology has taken us to a minute size set, even 1/10,000th of the tip of the hair. It is not at all a surprising information. So the person said, how can the supreme identity of consciousness be given in any physical number? And he didn't know that this is just an indicator how and when the spiritual energy manifests within the material. The material world is nothing but a transformation of the spiritual world, because the spiritual energy has all the power to assume any kind of form and remain totally transcendental. How do you understand it? Congratulations! You will not understand it. And you're not meant to understand it either. If you, with your puny chana brain, if you with that little brain could understand the transcendental truth, then transcendental truth would not be infinite anymore. But being infinite, it can transform. This transformation is being given in details in the Shastras, with thousands of examples. And for the Supreme Lord to manifest this world and to again take everything back into the pradhan, into the original unmanifested energy, that's nothing. It's just for him a decision. Turn pradhan, turn mahatattva. Just a decision of the Lord. So if you don't believe that, then you don't believe in God. God can do whatever he wants. He can even show up as a fish, but not an ordinary fish. Saving the Vedas, Matsyavatar. The whole story of the Vedas is full of surprises, full of beauty. And it's always told to the student of the Vedas. You have to understand that you will not understand. The Supreme, in the Ishopanishad, it says, Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudakshate Purnamiva Vashishyate. That's a young student of the Vedas. So everything which comes from the Supreme Lord is absolute. So if it's not understanding how it is manifesting, okay, the Lord is everywhere, is nowhere. He's the greatest and he's the smallest. Can you understand? No. Good. If you think you can understand, you must be crazy. Even Krishna is watching his own image in a reflection of a polished marble. He's looking, wow, this guy looks beautiful. And he tries to understand himself. And he cannot understand himself. The Supreme Lord cannot understand himself. Of course, he's infinite, so he can understand himself. But then he cannot understand himself by while understanding himself, he has already expanded in another few million and billion of varieties. No. If you want to limit God and the divine to our reasoning capacity, you definitely will be foiled. Not allowed. No admission granted. Why? Because God only wants your love. He don't want your brain. Your brain is useless. Come with your love. Then we can talk about something. Good morning, love. Love is the key, bhakti. Then Krishna can bhaktyamam abhijanati yavanyas-chasmi tatvataha. You know that shloka? Only with love can we understand the Lord.
I give shelter to all of the world. But there is a condition. One who comes with the mitra bhava, friendship bhava, I shall not leave him. That is my goal. Mitra bhava is dosho yadipikasya syapres kamena. Let me faulty, but you should come in a way that he is doing.
This is Ramayana. So confirmed. It's all love. Of course, Lord Rama, Lord Krishna, Lord Chaitanya, and Matsyavata, they are all about this, teaching us divine love and teaching us how to approach the infinite. Because the infinite, he is so great that he loves us, his sons and daughters, but he loves us in such a way that he wants to make himself available to us. And that's not possible if we are somewhat proud of our little brain capacity. Our modern science, they're very foolish because they think either I understand it or it's not the conclusion. They put their brain capacity on top of everything. Only if I understand, then it's acceptable. And they don't understand anything. They don't even know how the hair is growing. We are eating potatoes and apples, and hair is growing, but I give you 1 ton of apple, 1 ton of potato, and I ask you make one hair. Can't do. So you're doing it, but you don't even know how you're doing it. Now, who is giving the transcendental formula? Aham bija pratapita. I am the seed-giving Father. Everything is in the seed. The seed is the bija. It is coming directly from the Lord's divine creation. And he can do as he likes. Whatever he decides, it will be perfect. And when he shows up as Matsyavatar to save the Vedas because of the great inundation, Priyavrata, Priyavrata, he made a big boat and collected all the species. Interestingly, the Christians, they have the same story. The same story. They call it Noah's Ark. They said that somebody called Noah. They just copied it, because Christians are not even 2,000 years old. This is just an insane sect from Judaic lands. And it is also said that Jesus was in India studying. Who knows whether that's true or not? But the fact is that what they have in the Vedic culture, they got it from India. It's nothing. The Greek people, they were having ambassadors in South India. There is the Heliodorus column is there of a Greek ambassador who became a devotee of Vasudeva. And he left an inscription on that column, giving his honor, his respect. So from Greece to here, that's just a walk. Yeah, it's a long walk, but people in those days, they walked all over the place. They were going from Bengal to Jagannath Puri every year just for Rasa Yatra festival. And that's 700-kilometer walk. So for the people in the past, walking was not a big deal. That's what God gave us the legs for. And they walked all over. So, yes, Vedic culture has influenced Greece, Rome, all these places, Scandinavia. But that's a long time ago. And they lost the Vedic culture there. By not looking after it properly, they lost it. They only have a few little glimpses, something which makes you mind, wow, there was something very important, Vedic culture. So studying the Puranas, the Upanishads, studying the holy commentaries of the great devotees, then you can understand that the transformation for the material energy or the divine energy, actually, there's Antaranga Shakti, Bahiranga Shakti, and there's Tatashta Shakti. So the Tatashta Shakti is very interesting. People are very confused about the Tatashta Shakti. Sometimes they think the Tatashta Shakti is the Antaranga Shakti. That's not true. It is borderline. It can be covered by illusion, it can be covered by illumination. That is depending whether the Tatashta, the Jivatma, is surrendered to the Supreme Lord or is averse to the Supreme Lord and wants to explore this material energy. So, therefore, this has been very nicely explained in the Vedas, but you have to read it with great submission. You have to be submissive before the supreme truth when it's being revealed. And that submissive attitude is not very common in our modern world today. In our modern world today, everybody is always competing. And there's like we have the three types of attitudes of life, which are exploitation, indifference, and dedication. Bhakti means dedication. Indifference means I want to know the truth, but I don't want to be part of anything, like some kind of zero, what you call it, sunya, empty, nothing. Don't expect anything from me. I just want to enter into the sunya state. That's what the Buddhists promote. Huh? Nirvana. Nirvana, what does it mean? Vana means forest. Forest. So, according to the
No, Vana means forest. Vana means sky. Nir means empty. It's void.
void, yeah, I'm giving an interpretation. It is Van can also be forest. So if they say Nirvan, there's no forest. There's nothing. That's Sun. And that is the cost of not having bhakti. You want to give up your own identity and you deny that you are Jivera Swarupaya Haya Nityena Krishna Das. You're denying that you are a servant. So where's our Rishikesh Maharaj? Can he say something, please? Hi. Govinda Maharaj like to say something?
Yes, Guru. Until now, you say about the walking. Until now,
You have to come closer, otherwise it will not be.
Until now, not you. Why you go back to 500 years before, from the time of Mahaprabhu? Last month, after 7 days, devotees, many of devotees from our Hindutala, also they are working under 7 days, 355 kilometers. Vaishnava Parikrama. Some devotees like Vaishnava Parikrama, 2 years continuous. It's a long, like 3,000 kilometers. Almost 2,000, over 2,000 kilometers. And continue the Baluch people, who is the called Gujjar, the origin from Lakshman. Baluch people continue going to Mulad Mata. They are by pressure, they are changed their religion, but they are again come back to Hindu, Baluch people. So Baluch people, every year they are going to Mulad Mata, walking by walking. I walking from the Haridwar to Badrinath. So this is the not Indian tradition only. The Spanish people come to Candelaria Church, Candelaria Mata in La Candelaria from the north of the Santa Cruz de Tenerife, 230 kilometers. So about this I say this is my comment.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
And every day, some Maharaj, some devotee from the Ranakuru, some devotee, some devotee, they are doing Govardhan Parikrama every day, 2 times. Hare Krishna.
Any more?